Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a video that's a little bit different in comparison to all of my other work. I've been trying out a little bit of scrapbooking just to document a few of the important moments in my kids' lives. So today I'm working on a piece for my little boy's 3rd birthday, which is almost a year ago, but I thought I have to start somewhere. So this is the very first layout I've ever done. I think I have a lot of work to do and a lot more practice before I get good at this, but I thought I might as well document it and we can see maybe in a year or so if I've gotten any better. So here are the papers that I'm going to be working with. I didn't use all of these. I mostly stuck to doodlebug papers and lawn fawn paper. And here's the cut file that I'm using. It is by Paige Taylor Evans, and as soon as it was released, I saw it on an email and I bought it, I think, within minutes. I knew I had to get it because my little boy's favorite things in the world are trucks. So once I bought and downloaded the file, I made it the size that I needed for my layout and I sent it to my Cricut to cut out. After the cut was complete, I just needed to remove that main piece that I needed. It may look a little tricky, but it was really easy. It's just a little bit delicate with all those thin lines. Here is a bit that I wish I had done differently. I stuck it directly onto my background. I think if I were to make this again, I'd put a little bit more thought into the dimension and maybe do a couple of these cuts and layer them, but that's just something I'm learning as I go. I used a plain kids PVA glue in my little fine tip applicators, which was perfect for all these super thin lines. Something that I didn't show in this video, but I could definitely do a tutorial on if there's enough of a demand for it. Cricuts and silhouettes are very different, and these are designed by someone who uses a silhouette. So for a Cricut user, it's really hard to make these pieces, all the little bits that fill in the gaps, if you want them to be different colors. So I had to do a lot of cutting up the image, duplicating pieces, hiding contours, and working these bits out bit by bit. It was a little bit complicated, but now that I have my head around it, I think I should probably do a tutorial on how to do this. Because the designs by this artist are amazing, and I'm sure I'm going to use them lots, and I want it to be an easy process for Cricut users to use as well. So as you can see, I am slowly putting all those little pieces in. This was made really easy by leaving all those little pieces on my sticky mat and then just transferring them one piece over at a time, rather than pulling them all off and getting them mixed up. If you're going to do a design like this with lots of different colors for each section, I would recommend using multiple mats, just so that the Cricut can keep going and cutting out everything while you're busy gluing things down. While this kind of work may seem really tedious, I actually don't mind doing it. I can kind of just zone out and put it together like a puzzle. It was kind of a bit relaxing, and so worth it in the end. So that was quite a bit of work, but I really love how it turned out in the end. It was really cute. So on to the rest of my scene. I have looked at a few different scrapbook layouts, mostly on Instagram, just seeing what the go-to designs are at the moment, because everything is just constantly evolving and I haven't done anything to do with scrapbooking in a very long time. And I've seen a lot of people are ripping paper, which for me is scary because I like things to be incredibly neat and organized and well planned. So ripping something is just not quite my kind of work. But I really feel like it worked really well for this. It had to be, like, it was dirt, so it needed to look rough and not so smooth, and I feel like this effect was perfect for what I was doing. So just to make my dirt look a little bit more dirty, I went over the edges with some of my Distress Oxide ink. This browned them up nicely and gave it just a little bit of dimension. I then watered down a bit of my Distress Oxide in ground espresso and then just splattered that all over the top. So I had brown splatters, and then with a lighter colour, I think this may be antique linen, I did the same, just to give my dirt a lot of texture. As I mentioned before, I really wish that I had planned the background ahead of time a little bit better. I was just so eager to download that file, cut it out, and stick it on something because it was really cute. So I didn't really think about the background and what I wanted to do with it. So I covered up my excavator so that I could flick some Distress Oxide ink all over it. Again, just for a little bit of dimension and a little bit of change from that just big, bold, plain blue. It was then time to stick my dirt down. For this, I just used the PVA glue that I had used before. This little sign I got from a pack of ephemera, I think it was by Photoplay, a little pack of construction pieces. It was really cute. It also looked very much like the birthday invitations I had made for his party. And then in this section I added a little photo of the cake that I had made for my son, which looked like a construction site. I printed those photos out on my mum's Canon selfie. I then finished layering the dirt. It was then time for a few little other decorative pieces before sticking down the rest of the photos. Just excuse my head getting in the way as I work out the placement. And just to fill in the sky a little bit because it was looking bare, I used some of these stitch clouds by Lawn Fawn, gluing them down with both PVA glue and adhering some of them with some double-sided foam tape for a bit more dimension. And there we have it. That is my very first layout. It is a bit rough, but I really hope to improve as I go along. So if you're into scrapbooking, stick around because I might do maybe 1 or 2 of these a month. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.